Hey, so here I am, and this is my first tutorial on YouTube, and here I'm going to show you how to create this look, which is what I call the big mouth, or, just a clown. So anyways, here we go. So right here I am starting out by outlining the whole design on my face. It does go down to the neck, so make sure you're wearing a better shirt than I am, which doesn't cover the design. So anyways, I'm using a Wet n Wild pencil in brown or black, I can't tell. But anyways, I start out with the lips, and then right here I'm covering my eyebrows with glue to flatten them down so later on it is easier to go over them. Then I'm scraping off the excess, and then I'm powdering them with any just fine powder that's translucent. I'm using the Tarte powder. So after that, I am outlining the eyes, which again, don't worry about it being perfect because it will be better later on. So then you are going to outline the middle of the eye, which is kind of difficult because you will be having your eyes shut to show the whole design. So make sure it does line up well whenever you do shut your eyes, which it doesn't at first for me, but I will fix it later on. Then I do the pupil and the reflections and the mouth. Then we move on to painting. So right here I'm using Snazaroo water-based colors, which I will be using for the rest of the tutorial, and I'm using artist brushes. So right now I'm just filling in the whites of the eyes. So don't worry about it, just make crisp lines and make it opaque so you have a base for your colors. So anyways, you let that dry, and then after that I'm going in with a light blue, which is this Snazaroo's dark blue color with a white to make it a little lighter, so it isn't as dark and it doesn't look that well. So I'm just filling in, and sometimes I change up the shape of the whatever so it looks better. But then after that I'm going in with a black watercolor and I'm filling in the pupil, making sure not to go into the reflection or any other thing that we already colored in. You do not want to mix colors. So you can tell that it's not really lining up well, but I do fix that later on. Just make sure you do that ahead of time. So anyways, just make sure, just go around everything. You don't have to outline right now because we will later on. And then right here I'm filling in the reflections of the eyes with the white after the black has completely dried because it will mix if not. Then right here, whenever I just have a little bit of paint on the brush, I'm flicking little colors onto the iris, whatever, to make it more defined and better. And then I'm going with dark blue and a blue eyeshadow from NYX. And I'm just going around to soften it up and make it more, not realistic, but more colored. And then I am fixing the outline of the eye around it and making sure it's crisp. And then here is when it all comes together, is when you use the black watercolor, eyeliner, whatever you want to use, and you just outline everything. I'm still using just artist brushes because they are thin and it make it easier to do stuff. So I do the eyes first, and then I use little flicks and I just do the eyelashes and the eyebrows, which did not turn out as planned because you can see I'm kind of laughing at them, but whatever. So just take more time on that if you want to. Right here I am starting off with a pink watercolor, but later on in the makeup I do turn it to red because I decided that the tongue was going to be pink and that just looked weird next to each other. So here's the red, and I'm just going over the pink and all that. And you can tell that some of the stuff does show through, so I do kind of go over that. So now I'm filling in the teeth with a white. And just make sure the lip line kind of matches because it is difficult with that. So anyways, moving on, I am filling in the tongue with the pink which I mentioned earlier. And then I'm outlining the teeth first with the same black, make sure it doesn't mix. And I'm just going over and defining them and all that, and the tongue and the rest of the mouth. And then after that I do shade with some eyeshadows. After all this I just add some grays and some blacks from the NYX eyeshadow again. And I do go in with the red and all that, but right here I'm filling in with black. So anyways, but this really ties it all in because it's darker colors. Okay, so anyways, after you got all that, here I am shading. It deepens up the color and all that. And then I'm going in with a Maybelline concealer just to make sure there's no smudges or anything, which of course I do. You can see them. But yeah, that's it.